The training went longer than 3 months, and it was 5 days a week, 4 hours a day. So it was a 2-hour morning session, lunch, 2-hour afternoon session.
Has got to be punishing. Telling to me, he said, I haven't spoken in like 15 weeks. And when I see you, I'ma take what I want,
Plan is out. Chad really hooked into this idea of trying to study John Wick through the situations of other characters, and he was really drawn to the good, the bad, and the ugly. And so enter Donnie Yen as King and Shamir Anderson as the tracker. We have Hiroyuki Sanada, who I worked with on 47 Ronin. He has a daughter who's working with him, and that's the incomparable Rina Sawayama. And then the antagonist of the piece, the Marquis, Bill Skarsgård. You're kind of following their stories as they're trying to get John Wick, and Kane and John Wick have a past. The tracker is kind of a younger character who's kind of outside of it, who's not an assassin, but then takes a deal, they're forced to become an assassin, and these characters come after John, and then there's moments where we have to work together against the table. So that dynamic is a way of opening up the world. Who are these other characters that exist in this world? And then how do they interact with John? How does John interact with them? Seeing as Derek Kolstad had these assassins come into this house to attack John Wick. And once John Wick took care of business, brought these gold coins, and said, I'd like to make a reservation. It was like, whoa, okay, well, what can that turn into? What is this other world? At the base of that, too, is Chad's belief that the more kind of ceremony that we can present with the high table is good to elevate them. Because we don't want to show the faces, we don't want to do here's a table and there's 12 of them and they're all sitting no, you don't see them. You never see them. But I think we can all relate to the idea of them. And so it's been cool to tap into that personally and then to put it into the art and then have that as this kind of overarching thing. And then have a character seeking kind of liberation from that.
I applaud him for being able to continue to work in the action genre as hard as he does. Keanu's physicality in his movies is staggering. The amount of stamina that is required, the amount of just sheer kind of energy to do even half of what he's required to do has got to be punishing. He said something really, really kind of telling to me, which he said, I haven't spoken in 15 weeks. He's after an Eastwood kind of vibe.
The training went longer than 3 months, and it was 5 days a week, 4 hours a day. So it was a 2-hour morning session, lunch, 2-hour afternoon session. And for me, it's just been awesome to work with these stunt people and just have what they shared with us was the affection that they have for the John Wick films. Because John Wick action is a little different. It's a lot. Because Chad wants reality, he wants Rex, he wants it to feel real, he wants the beautiful violence. And so do we, and so do they. But all of these people have just really taken care of me.
I have never met anybody in the film industry, even with my 40 years of working with so many Chinese directors, action directors, that I can truly say that someone like Chad can understand what I'm trying to express. It's that whole Asian culture and Western culture. Even when I'm back home, when I'm with my most comfortable environment with my colleagues, Asian filmmakers, they don't understand me as much as Chad does. And that's a compliment to him. And I told him that, throughout our dinners, I said, it's very interesting that you understand where I'm coming from. And I understand where he's coming from. Seldom you find that kind of connection.
We're smashing people, hitting people. It's just amazing.
We've shot some stuff that pushes John Wick to the limit.
Have we gone too far?